What's going on, world? You know what it is? It's your boy Meek here. This is episode 14 of Breaking Bread on the Breaking Bread YouTube page. To see this video and all future and previous videos, please subscribe to my page. I'm gonna send a link on Facebook so you can see it. So you know. But like I said, you know what it is. Got my guest here, one of the originators. Always been around. Always been my dog. You know what I mean? Since I fucking came out here. So introduce yourself, boy.
It's me, Breezy. Take it easy, man.
Take
You
it
already know.
easy.
Be safe out there. You already know. Do accordingly what you need to do. What's helps for you. Simple.
hmm Make sure you're taking all proper precautions to make sure you're safe. You know, make sure you're keeping your family safe and everything. But before I start, this is strictly opinionated. What I am saying is not facts. It is just opinions. So when you view this video, please be respectful about it. Okay? With your comments, don't be disrespectful. Say no disrespectful racial slurs because this isn't what we're not trying to do. We just trying to speak like everybody else speaks. So, like I said, episode 14 of Breaking Bread. This episode is going to be pertaining to racism and riots. Because as you know, with the recent death of George Floyd, and also previous deaths of African Americans, you know, as of right now, it's a lot of protesting going on, a lot of rioting going on, and you know, I just want to just chime in on it and give my personal opinion as well as my guest gives his personal opinion as well. But we're gonna start off with racism first. So, my guest Breezy, how do you personally feel about racism?
Basically, it's weak. It's weak. It's a form of weakness and ignorance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I why am I degrading somebody off for the different color or the content instead of the content in their mind?
Mm-hmm.
I'm downplaying the whole thing. Like it makes no sense. There should be no racism. You know what I mean? What did God say? He take you as you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I deal with people. I take you as you are. I deal with you. I don't care the color, creed, form, or fashion, or who you are, or what you look like. Period.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the actions and the things that you do that makes me differentiate the whole fact of the matter who you are and if I want to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
So, on a respectful note, it's just like you got to keep your eyes open on a lot of things and your ears open too. I mean, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. But in my personal opinion, I feel like actually somebody I had put a post on my Facebook page, and somebody has said racism is taught, and I honestly feel like the reason why there's a lot of racism now, especially in this generation, is because the parents were teaching the children to be racist, and I feel my personal opinion. Um, All races have some racist people. Blacks do, Chinese do, white people do, Spanish people do, all different cultures do. But it's just at the end of the day, on a personal standpoint, Caucasian people are the only one that can really act out on it, you know? So because I honestly feel like because the privilege that they have, you know, that they feel like they're entitled to act out on how they personally feel. Because I personally feel that there are a lot of, like I said, black people, Chinese people, all different races that have some people that are racist, but the white ones are the only ones to seem to act out on it because they're always getting away with it. I'm not even talking about in my generation. I'm talking about in my mother and father's generation, my grandfather's generation and grandmother's generation, my great greats, so forth and so forth and so forth. From the beginning of time, the white people, Caucasian people, were the only ones to seem to get away with racism. And because the government, the system, basically made that okay. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, how can we be the minority when we are actually the majority? You understand what I'm saying? We are actually the majority count over Caucasian people. But it's just, we had our brains, because like I said, we were taught this, you are the minority, which is sad. When at the end of the day, whether I cut myself or whether I cut him, or whether I cut a white person or a Chinese person or a Spanish person, at the end of the day, you bleed the same color blood, which is red. You understand what I'm saying? I personally feel like all of these racist things going on, these racist groups like, the people with the Confederate flag, the KKKs, these should be the motherfuckers that should be getting prosecuted. Because these are the ones basically saying, fuck all different races, but the white people, they even saying fuck the Jews. You feel what I'm saying? But meanwhile, they can have rallies and have people driving around in a car with Confederate flags on, and it's okay. But meanwhile, if you have a black person or a Spanish person that has on a yellow flag or a red flag or a blue flag, oh, they're a gang banger, they're a gang member, they're shooting and killing people, which in some instances, it does happen, but not all the time. They are getting prosecuted. They're going to jail. They're the ones being followed while they're walking with the cop car on the side. But meanwhile, you have these people with fucking, what do you call that, swastika sticks, tatted on their arms, wearing little hoods, walking around with nooses and stuff, but that's okay. That's not cool at the end of the day. That's not cool. So I personally feel that the government was what made it okay to do stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, okay, back, I'm talking about in the early 60s, okay, Bloods and Crips, Latin Kings, Nietas, but we just gonna talk about Bloods and Crips because that's what I'm familiar with. Back in the day, they were set up to protect their neighborhoods from police. It wasn't until, oh, he got on the blue flag, oh, he got on the red flag, let's bang on each other. It was never like that. It was to protect ourselves from people disrespecting the neighborhood and protecting ourselves from the police. When it got into the whole gang thing, as far as banging on each other, was back when drugs came into the mix. So now, for example, you could sit up here and have this block full of a bunch of Bloods and this block full of a bunch of Crips, right? And the drugs get flooded mainly to the Blood side. So the Crips is like, yo, we hungry, we starving. These Bloods over here making all this money, we gotta eat too. So what do? Let's go on their block and disrespect. And then boom, just like that, the whole Blood and Crip thing started happening. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people need to be aware of what's going on, okay? Whatever the media is feeding you is not true. Do your history, okay? At the end of the day, Bloods and Crips were supposed to be together. At the end of the day, it was never about banging for a color. It was about protecting each other from the oppressed, protecting each other from the oppressor. You feel what I'm saying? And I honestly feel like I know it will never stop. In my lifetime, in his lifetime, my daughter's lifetimes, their kids' lifetimes, I know it will never happen, but something has to give because this racism shit is getting completely out of control. Completely out of control, period. And it needs to stop. Okay? It needs to stop, period. Because, like I said, when you cut a person arm, they bleed red. Okay? So that means just because you have more money than me doesn't mean anything. Okay? Just as much as a regular average Joe could get shot, a rich person can get shot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really disgusted with this whole shit that's going on. And then another thing I personally feel about people talking about all lives matter. All lives matter, which is 100% fact. But what lives are fucking getting terminated? Whether it's black on black crime or white on black crime. Keyword black. Us, African Americans. You understand? We are the ones that are always being hurt. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. No matter how you put it, at the end of the day, it's a fact. Because every time you turn on the TV, what do you see? You see an African American getting killed by the police, African American getting killed by his own kind. You understand? You don't ever see a white person getting jumped or getting lynched by black people. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, our lives are the ones that are on the front line. And when I say the front line, okay, we're gonna talk into war aspects. The front line are the motherfuckers that get hit first. You understand? We are always the ones that are on the front line all the time. Hi. Hi. You know? Hi. But, and that's sad at the end of the day. That's very, very sad. So all lives matter, but our lives are the ones being affected. You understand what I'm saying? Our lives, we are the ones that are dying. The black men are dying. The black women are dying. Okay? So the mothers and the fathers of these black people are the ones that have to mourn and go to church, while the people that caused this are getting away scot-free. 100%. So I am not a racist at all. So, but I personally get upset when people say to me, all lives matter. All lives are not the ones getting fucking terminated. Our lives are. Our skin color, whether you brown skin, you light skin, you still black, you on the front line. So at the end of the day, if all lives really matter, why don't all lives get together and go to Washington and have a fucking big rally? If that's the case. You understand what I'm saying? I'm very, very, very fucking pissed off at that shit. Period. Point blank, period. Because at the end of the day, all lives are not getting affected. Okay? Chinese people are not getting affected. White people are not getting affected. You know, I'm not gonna say Spanish people because, you know, a lot of Spanish dudes I know was fucking getting the same treatment that black people got. You understand? But the Chinese, the white people, y'all not really getting affected. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all not. Your mothers and fathers don't have to go to funerals because you got killed by a black man or you got jumped by a black group or whatever. Okay, you guys are going to funeral due to natural causes. So that means you lived your life's course that you were supposed to live. Okay, while our lives are the ones being cut short. Prime example, what's that little kid's name? Tamir Rice, 12 years old. 12 years old. Emmett Till, even though I was back in the 50s. Fucking 14 years old. 14 years old. Didn't even get a chance to live life.
And then you got Trayvon.
And Trayvon, what was he, what, 15?
Trayvon, you know what I'm saying? Like, all because you put this little thing in your head. You got this perspective in your head, which you try to put a view in which that is not. So it's like you're implementing something that's not at all. Mm-hmm. So it makes it seem like, oh, once you see a black person, oh my goodness, you feared for your life. You know what? I fear for my life. To be honest, when I go in y'all neighborhoods, the first thing y'all do is stare. Don't even turn. You do not move.
That's a fact.
You stop everything in what you're doing and stare. You watch me all the way till I'm out of your sight. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all get on the phone.
That is a fact. Because I personally went through that. We personally went through that together. So that is a fact. Go ahead, though. I'm going to cut you off.
And it's just like, the world is already worse by its own, and you're just making it even more worse than what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, you're adding to the problem instead of adding to a solution to make this even more better. Mm-hmm. Success is the key. Progress. You know what I mean? Progress is the best success. You're not doing nothing. It's called level up. Change up. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? Those were the times back in the day where y'all did used to violate our people. Put us in cages like animals. Have us chained up like that. You know what I mean? Have us eating, while you eating the best part of the meat, we shouldn't have been eating the worst stuff. You know what I'm saying? They used to grind it up and feed it to us like dogs. And watch us fight each other over who was going to have the most or who was more hungry. And you would use that. The young against the old, Willie Lynch. Do your research. Do your research. Yes. It's still effective to this day, and it's 2020. It's sad. Give it up. It's over. It's over. I mean, some of y'all, this is the way y'all live your life, and because y'all was taught that. Y'all old family values. You know what that mean, right? Your grandpops or your grandma probably owned
Slaves.
A couple of slaves back in the day, right?
Yep.
So you taught them. You see, don't you ever talk to a black. You let me know I handle it. Don't you ever stay away from them. Don't talk to them. Don't you? They're dirty, and that's what y'all implement. But it's funny how y'all try so hard to be like us. The style, the way that you talk, everything.
They even try to say the word nigga.
Even do. And
yo, my nigga.
Nowadays, we got rappers. Come on. They try to. You even dry snitching on yourself. A certain shit that you say. I'm not saying, yeah, you got a right to. Nah, bump that. It's wrong to not respect another person just off of the way that they look. Period. Get your mind correct. Because it's all the way twisted. You know what I'm saying? Clear all that shit the fuck up out of your head. Get that up out of there. Because it's time for a new beginning. And if you don't stand up right now, you're gonna fall. Right. It's time for us to prosper. All this other shit is irrelevant. I'm not with it. You know what I mean? I ain't got kids. But if I did, the whole world right now that they will be coming up in is so twisted and conniving.
Yeah. I'm afraid for the children.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? So what would happen if I had my son go to school or my daughter go to school and she's like, Daddy, they call me a nigga.
So I got something to tell
you. You know what I'm saying? Daddy, I don't know. The kids don't sit next to me at lunchroom. Daddy, they talk about my sneakers and my hair nappy. Daddy, why they always mess with me, Daddy? Daddy, what am I to tell my child?
That's true.
That's 100% Come on, facts. A child is innocent. Oh, we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That's the shit y'all like, right? We proven guilty as soon as you see us involved in any type of law. Mm-hmm. You know that, right? You send us all the way on the ship. And guess what? We the first one you're sending off that motherfucker too. Yo, it's funny. I just don't get it. There's no logic to this. It's insane. Like, for real, this whole world do need a checking. And I guess whatever's going on right now, check. I guess this is our check. So, right your wrongs and wrong get rights? Nah. Pretty much you would love to be the best one to try to do better. Because if you knew better, you do better. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, but I have, two quick stories to say about racism, then we're going to switch over to the right aspect of the podcast. But actually, two stories I have. I'm pretty sure I said that already. But when I was younger, I'll never forget. I think I was in maybe third grade. I think second or third grade, and there was this Jewish girl. Her name was Judith, and like I had like the biggest crush on her, or so I thought. Cause like I said, third grade. What is that? 6, 7 years old, something like that. And I remember I asked her to be my girlfriend, right? So the next day, her mother came to the school and was talking to the teachers or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what was going on. But after her mother left, she came up to me and she said, I can't talk to you no more. I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I can't talk to you no more. And I said, why? She said, my mother told me that I can't talk to black people. I'm 6, 7 years old being told that shit. And that was the first time my mother actually had that talk to me, with me, I should say. 6, 7 years old, imagine hearing that shit. Ain't like I'm sitting in bed saying, let's go fuck under a tree. I just wanted to do kid shit, hold hands, stuff like that. And she told me out her mouth, my mother told me that I can't talk to black people. Imagine a white person being told that. My mother said I can't talk to white people at 6 years old. Imagine how fucked up that would have your head going. That's one story. Another story, this was about maybe a year ago. I'm not going to implicate any names or races, so I'm not going to say what the other person's race was, but we're going to do this. I'm talking to this person. He has three daughters, right? One daughter is dating a black man, and the other daughter is dating the same race. So the father, talks to me and he says to me, yo, Meek, I like you. You a cool dude. At first, I ain't like you, but now I see you cool, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But my daughter, such and such, is with this black guy, and all he does is get drunk and beat on her, and I don't like him, this and that, da 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 da. So I say to him, but your other daughter is dating a guy of the same race. Why aren't you saying that?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I'm sitting up there saying to myself, like, you're sitting up there basically inadvertently telling me that you're racist, that you have a problem with a black man dating your daughter, beating up your daughter, which the beating up part, of course you should have a problem with that. That's your fucking daughter. But you have another daughter that's dating a guy of the same race doing the same exact shit. But
Maybe worse.
And maybe even worse. But you accepting that shit. That right there is fucking crazy. So you tell me all lives really matter. So if all lives really matter, how about, like I said earlier, all lives help the oppressed lives, which are black people. So if all lives really matter, the white people, all races, protect us. Because we are the ones on the front lines. We are the ones that are getting killed. Our mothers and fathers, aunts, uncles, brothers, and sisters have to go to our funerals. Not yours, our funerals. What's up with that? All lives matter. Now we're going to spin off to the second part, the riots. How do you feel about what's going on right now with the riots? Do you feel like it's justified? It's not justified? What are your opinions?
Well, basically, what that is in a nutshell, it's like people kind of using this to do the shit that they already wanted to do. You know what I mean? But in no form of fashion should anybody be trying to run and steal shit, you know what I mean? And break into somebody else's spot that somebody worked hard for, you see what I'm saying? To build their company or build up their type of clientele that they have in order to get to where they're at. So, you got what I'm saying? Nah, it's not good for that robbing and looting and all that and going all berserk. But yes, is do certain people put this on like a scale of like where they should retreat from like, oh, I feel like my business is gonna be harmed, so I should kind of close up. You know what I mean? It's not right. It's not right. It's not right at all. It's a gray area. You know what I mean? It's a gray area, I would say, and it just I can't really say too much on that. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's kind of it's out of whack because I remember the last time I heard about some riot and all that. I think it was 1990.
But they was protesting and looting now.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh,
That's
what?
it.
So
More
I'm
than
talking
different.
about the last time.
Yeah, when it was really,
really crazy. Yeah,
I think, and it was. I don't even think it was a riot. I think it was just a blackout.
Yeah.
And people was just running
Oh,
into
no,
stores.
the blackout was 04.
04?
Yeah, that was the blackout.
The whole
Everything
shit
was
just shut down.
Yeah, the riots I think was like
that was
the
like
90s.
90. That was like 90. I think like 97.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe 97, 96. But it's no way. You know what I mean? I don't stand for that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you got to protect what you work hard for. See what I'm saying? You had to put in that work to get to where you had to get. So at the end of the day, for somebody just coming to this take for what you're hardly working for all them years, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong. I mean, yeah, and a lot of people don't have things in which that y'all have. And the thing is, certain people do put themselves in certain circumstances in which certain things do lead up to the worst things happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not saying that's right. But I'm saying sometimes people put themselves in a situation in which the wrong things do happen. So on that note, you know a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like I can't go here and there because
That's what opinion is,
you know what I
baby.
mean?
It's
Yeah,
like it's your
I
opinion,
can't
it's my opinion.
because
So
even where I'm from, you know what I mean? It's like people still a lot of fuckery go on, but people still stick together. You know what I mean? Even if your neighbor's neighbor, I ask you if you all right. You know what I mean? Is everything going okay? But at the end of the day, it's like depends on the people, and it depends on what you gravitate towards. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. That's a real touchy aspect right there. Like that subject right there. I don't know, man. Like to say if I was, I'm gonna say like this. This is my opinion. Like you said, opinion.
mm-hmm.
If I was down and out, and this shit is going on the way it's going on, crazy. People can't work. You know what I mean?
What's up?
Certain people, family members is sick. Some of them then died off already. Some of them is going through it to it seem like they don't even know if they could, you know what I'm saying? If they're gonna bounce back from that. You're never gonna think straight on times like that. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that, oh, it's I'm not trying to baby the issue like, oh, because you're fucked up and your family's sick, it's okay for you to be reckless and disrespectful. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying like I don't understand it at all. Like if I don't got it, it's up for me to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't get it, I gotta get close to what I gotta get.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't have my wants, but I have my needs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it revolves around. A lot of people want materialistic shit. Material is material. You hear the word material.
Yeah.
Are you a piece of material? Hmm? Is material a living thing? Hmm? Like, what's more important? Let's just think about that. But go ahead, man.
Well, how I personally feel about the rioting and the looting, as far as the riot aspects go, I can honestly understand why that's going on for the simple fact of it's like we have no other choice in the matter because us as a people are too afraid to go against the oppressor. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not like, we all have, access to things that we can possibly use to protect ourselves. So that's why we riot. It's like a kid catching a temper tantrum in a way. Okay? The oppressor is the fathers and the mothers, and the oppressed are the children. So what do the children do when they have the chance to? They act out. They yell, they kick, they scream, "Ah!" Because that is the only way to let out their frustrations and get away with it. So this is why we're rioting. Because we go to the police, nothing works. Okay? We protest, nothing works. So what is there left to do? Riot. Fuck your shit up. You feel what I'm saying? And as far as the looting goes, I am totally against looting, but I can understand why African Americans, go in Manhattan and 42nd Street and, loot all these places because we weren't given the same opportunity. No matter how many times a person can sit up here and say, oh, we all had the same opportunity, that's completely bullshit. Okay? We going back to the 60s, like I was saying before. You notice they was flooding all the black neighborhoods with the drugs. They wasn't flooding the white neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying? Flood. You feel what I'm saying? If you're gonna sit up there and flood all the black people, flood all the white people at the same time too.
Message.
You feel what I'm saying? So we could all say we came from the bottom, and then whoever's where they at now that came from the same place, then we'll shut the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? We are not given the same opportunities that other people are given. It's this video, I gotta find it, that's on my Facebook page that I shared last year, where it was this guy, like this white guy, and he had a long line full of people. I'm talking about white people, black people, Chinese people, Spanish people, all different races, and he was asking questions. And at the end, he said, whoever gets to me first, you had more privileges and more opportunities than everybody else that you beat. And I lie to you not. Not one black person, not one made it to the instructor. Not one.
You know what that's about.
And you know what he said? I made this video, well, don't quote me because he didn't say this word for word. But basically, he said I made this video to let it be known that white people are more privileged than black people. And that is a snapple fucking fact. If I could find that video on my Facebook page, I'm gonna share it on the Breaking Bad YouTube page so you can see what the fuck I'm talking about. And that shit blew my fucking mind. That shit let me know right then and there we don't have the same privileges. Period. So you have to understand where we're coming from. Okay? Why we do the shit that we do. Why we riot and we protest because we tired of the shit. We tired of going to funerals. You understand? Less funerals, more graduations. How about that? And like I said from before, this is all opinionated, so please, other races, don't take it the wrong way because I'm not taking shots, but I'm just stating facts. Okay? When you go to a funeral for your people, 9 times out of 10, it's because of natural causes. When we go to funerals because our kind is getting killed. Period. So you have to understand where we're coming from and why we're rioting and why we're doing all these things. It's not right at all, in my personal opinion, but we do it because we're sick and tired of what's going on. Period. We're sick and tired of going to funerals. We're sick and tired of the same race on race crime. We're sick and tired of the police brutality. You understand? I remember what was the guy named Abdullah Wima got a fucking a broomstick stuck up his come on man. Come on man.
That was you see what I'm saying?
Come
like,
on man.
Yeah,
that's like, crazy. Come on man. Have you ever heard anything like that happening to a Caucasian person? Hell fucking no. Because the minute we do that shit, the next day we in cuffs.
That's a fact.
Like, it's crazy. Like I said again, if all lives matter, all of the races, help us. Help us. Because we are the ones that are dying. Our breed is dying off. Our generations are dying off. Generation after generation after generation due to racism and brutality. So all the other races feel all lives matter. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. Come help us. Because we need help. We need help. On that note, I'm done, man. You got anything you got to say before we sign off?
All I'm going to say before we sign off is what I believe in is unity. You feel what I'm saying?
100%.
And we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? A spoken word is just a spoken word. Until actions is behind your word.
Thank you, 100%.
Then you stand fully behind what your words are. You gotta add actions with your words. Mm-hmm. Unity is what we need.
That's it. Period. All races need to get together and unite.
With numbers, we're stronger. You see what I'm saying?
All races unite, become a unit.
Me, I was not raised on. You know all the type of friends I had throughout my whole life. I had damn near every race. Sleep over my house, cookouts, parties, birthdays. Yep. My aunt's going to their house, cooking, bringing shit, all of that. Unity. Real talk. Unity. Me, I'm colorblind. I can't see shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a fact. I can't see shit. All I just see is a friend and loyalty. That's it. But the thing is, if you move a certain way, I'm gonna act a certain way towards you, towards the way that you move. Mm-hmm. It's not your color, it's who you are. And if I can't rock that wave and it's negative, then guess what? I don't need negative. I got enough of that already in the world. Let's not add on to the pot. It's already stirring. What, you gonna add some more seasoning? Nah, I'm not with it. You gonna change the flavor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good analogy.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna change the flavor, baby.
You know what I'm saying? But in all that, like, everybody be safe out there and just, I mean, keep your ears open. You know what I mean? Keep your eyes open and do your research. Mm-hmm. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you see. In order for you to go through it and learn yourself, you have to do the research yourself and see it for yourself and go through it yourself. That's the best teacher. Thank you. You know what I mean? The best teacher. So on that note, I'm breezy, man. Taking it easy, man. You know what I mean? I'm a God-fearing child, man. You know what I mean? That's all I feel, because he deciphered if I'm going to go or not. Right. You know what I mean? But on that note, what up, bro?
And I'm gonna say one more thing before we sign off. I'm gonna agree with Breezy. Take it easy. Mm-hmm. Unity. Okay? Unity. Unity. Period. So if all lives matter, all lives need to unite and become one life. Let me say that again. If all lives matter, all lives need to unite to become one life. As always, spread love, not hate. Chase our dreams. This is Most Wanted. Thanks to my guest Breezy. We out of here.